Soul of a proud knight. Thank you. Thank you, soul of a proud knight. You did me good. Given the hollowification is supposedly more gradual, I would have liked it to change your appearance gradually as well. Yeah, well, going from human to the first hollowing is the most extreme, and then it gets worse. It actually gets worse as time goes on. Okay, we also don't want to spend all of our souls because it costs money to level up our weapon. So now my goal is to get to 14 int. That will allow us to use a staff and get soul arrows. Hello, friend.
You. The name's Lenigrast. Just a simple blacksmith. And you are... another useless traveler. A man ought to labor with his feet planted firmly in the earth. Not roam around like you flirtatious vagabonds. Oh, what does it matter? Go on, show me what you've got. Your equipment. Let me have a look. But do it quick.
I feel like the NPCs just talk really slow. Say, we don't even have enough. Okay, we'll worry about that later. The fire works weird in this game. You see at the bottom, it's the letters. It goes strength, dexterity, magic, fire, lightning, dark. So the whole idea is the longsword scales poorly with strength and dex and okay with fire. Now, what counts as fire damage, though? Fire damage it's based off of your faith and your intellect. The lowest of the two. So right now, it's going to be faith because it's really low. So my goal is just to get higher intellect to be able to cast some basic spells, then we'll start leveling faith, and eventually we'll move into dark magic, which works the exact same as fire, where it takes the lowest of those two stats. So it's different compared to the first Dark Souls, and it took me a while to learn that, and it's not really clear at all in the game how any of that works. So there's your crash course. Let's go and kill this guy. Actually, you know what? I hate to do this, but let's just kill a couple guys so I can go and level up my sword. I'm going to kill enough for 2 weapon upgrades because I think I have enough Titanite for it, and if I can get a +2 longsword early, fire longsword early, then we'll be cooking with some actual gas. So I'm sword and boarding it right now, but in the future that will change. That will change. We'll be going. We'll have some banging two-handers near the end of this. Don't you worry. Because I sword and boarded my way through pretty much the entire first game, which was fun and kind of my preferred playstyle. I liked using a shield to be able to test stuff out. But I've already played this game, so I don't see a reason to use a shield past the beginning portions of the game. So, again, we opened the shortcut through all this, but I'm going to kill this stuff anyway because I want to level up my I don't know why I did that. Man, we heal so slow as well. It's because our agility is super low. Nope! Well, okay, that's why you don't get behind turtle men, because they can do that. Notice how much more damage we're doing to him now. But we realistically can only take 1 or 2 swings at him before he's able to stop us. So that ladder to the right, we're not going to go up there just yet. That's a special engagement, and I'm not going to do it just yet. Because you only have 1 chance at it, and if you fail once, then you can't do it again. So we'll do it later. Alright, again, let's go level up our fire longsword. Another thing, I'm trying to just point out all this stuff now. If someone's been following the Dark Souls 1 series or have played the first game, but they never played the second game, just so you know, upgrades for weapons and armor and such only go up to +10, not +15. So Titanite shards don't take you to +5, they only take you to +3. Okay, we need another one. Can we... Well,
I'll be around if you make
we get more souls, we can buy one from him. He only has a limited amount in his inventory, but either way, +1 is better than +0 at this point. If you kill a special someone, his boss room later on is empty. Oh, go on, I'm learning things. I'm glad. That covers all the major differences. The thing that was most confusing for me when I started was this whole, you know, what scales pyromancy damage, what scales dark damage. And it's a mix of faith and intellect, but only the lowest of the two. So you have to level them in tandem. It's weird and not what you would expect. I didn't have to come down here again. I don't know why I did this, but I guess it doesn't hurt because we'll get more souls. We opened up that shortcut in Cardinal. I need to stop going this way. That's fine. Again, we can use the souls at this point. Those archers will shoot at us forever. Break these so that Turtle Man doesn't kill us. I'd like to show something here. Notice the enemy tracking when he uses that. Look how far he tracks you as he turns. It's like, it's unnatural looking. Some consider Dark Souls 2 gameplay to be a gateway to be unnatural. Okay, now we can actually move onwards. I would really very much like to get up my intellect up to be able to use Soul Arrow as soon as possible, even though I could level up my Fire Longsword also. So we're at a point in the game where souls are kind of at a premium, surprisingly. Whereas later in the game, you just have so many, like, and it costs so much to level up, it doesn't really matter what you do with them. But it's certainly different now. That's a trap. Hello? It's a nice little combo you've got there, buddy. Notice how many enemies just sort of come out. Again, we've got a better weapon now, so I'm, you know, less perturbed, but even so. You can't be too careful, only because if you get hit by one of their attacks, the chances of getting stun-locked by the other two is just, it goes up by a crazy amount. Now, because we started, there's Great Soul Arrow. Blue Wooden Shield. Now, because we started as an explorer, we have access to something here that we wouldn't for a while as any other character, which is great. So there are these items called Pharos Lockstones. We'll check that out in a moment. Actually, what's this? Does not open from this side. Okay. So we have this thing. So these are pretty rare, but at starting as an explorer, you start with one of them, and it allows you to open up these things. They do a variety of different things. A lot of the times they highlight an illusory wall that will only open if you put the lockstone in place. So we do that, and we get some early treasure. Early Titanite Slab, that gets us from +9 to +10. We won't be there for a while, but still great. And more importantly is the Chloranthy Ring, which is better stamina regen. And why not put on our blue seal so that if we get invaded, maybe we'll get some help. Our first trapped chest. It's pretty easy to see those and be able to roll away. Titanite Shard, we could go now and upgrade if we want. There's also a torch down here. Therefore, it must be lit. Which requires us to go back a little bit. But There are no enemies along the way. Actually, there is one enemy along the way, but that's fine. You see that body just flop out of nowhere? Yeah, Titanite slabs are a lot more plentiful in this game. You're also way more likely to get a bunch of them trading with the crow. Or the 2 crows, really. There's 2 of them. But yeah, you're likely to get a bunch just by trading. So, upgrade materials are a lot more plentiful, I think, in this game. It's just early on, you're less likely to find them. You'll notice my torch has a timer on it. By the time we get to the end of this game, though, we'll have like a 6-hour timer on our torch, so I'm not too concerned. Not sure what the point of this lantern being here is. I also have no idea where this leads. No idea. I don't remember ever coming out that way, but we'll find it. Jay, are you going for dex build? Nope, not this time. I'm going to get just enough dex to use the weapons I want to use, which is going to be probably 12. 12-ish.
Hello there. Traveling all alone in these treacherous times. Well,
General
I hope you have
Kenobi.
a very good reason. Oh, hogwash. Who am I to judge? My name is Pate. I journey hither and thither on a sort of treasure hunt, you might call it. Be careful out there. There's talk of unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers like yourself.
So, this guy has an equivalent in Dark Souls 1 and Demon Souls. Maybe you can guess who it is after.
Oh yes, you be cautious if you go any farther. There's treasure in there for certain, but the entrance locks from behind. I saw the same design earlier, and it's the same contraption, I'm sure. I was with this warrior, you see, and he insisted that he go inside first. The rather brusque fellow tried to swipe the loot for himself, but it trapped him inside. I still have the gent's ring. I do hope he wasn't harmed.
But yeah, this is basically Patches. But it's different how he interacts, because that person he tricked earlier is also in the game, so it's different.
I'll leave this one to you. I'm worried about what might be inside.
Okay, so we can actually... we can abuse this a little bit by going a different way. Ultimately, we have to go straight ahead, but we're not going to do that just yet. I'm loving this fire longsword. Very, very good. Might as well use life gems at this point. I don't want to go overboard with Estus. Stop, stop, stop. So this is why it's called Forest of the Fallen Giants. Because the giants, when they die, they turn into trees. I don't actually know if there's anything back here, but... Indeed. Large Soul of a Lost Undead. This is good. We might be able to get up to our plus 14 here pretty soon. I'm going to continue, though, for now. The fast climb looks so fucking stupid. It looks so silly. Light crossbow. I don't know if we can wield that. I really hope we could. Shit, 13 strength. We need higher strength anyway, so it might be worth doing. Okay, let's... So here's what we can do. If we went this way, we can get behind the inevitable trap that's through this area where Pate is trying to send us. Let's do that first, actually. There's another item. There's an illusory wall the other way that we can hit as well, with a really good item in it that you can get pretty early by doing this. Also, again, it allows us to get behind all the enemies that are going to try to trap us in. So if you walk through that gate, it closes. Again, it's like a very Patches-esque scenario, and then all these guys that are over here run out towards you. Oh my god. Lock-on system, please. Nope. trying to just bait these guys into attacking for a hot second so that I can life gem. Okay. Okay, we're outside. We're good. Now, unfortunately, this game, because of the amount of enemies in it, there's a lot of kiting. A lot of kiting. From pretty much what you just saw, there's so much of that, it's absurd. Hey, Mavbite. Good to see you, man. Hope things are going well for you. Aromatic ooze. I should be using that, really. One of these is a... There it is. Illusory walls are different in this game. The Pharos Lockstone ones you attack to open, otherwise you just spam the use button to open them up. There's our Sorcerer's Staff. So, we don't have enough int to use it, but I will equip it for now. So not only do we need to get 14 int, but we need to buy Soul Arrow. We also have Great Soul Arrow already, so... There we go, he closed the gate. We otherwise would be trapped in here, so now we just go back out and around. We go and talk to him and say, "What the fuck, man?" And he's like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't know that was gonna happen." But he's got his own little quest chain. The NPC quest chains, I think, are a bit of a letdown in this game compared to Dark Souls 1. Patches appears in every Dark Souls and Demon Souls game. Yep. He certainly does.
Well, I see you managed to escape. I hope that brave warrior didn't come a cropper either. Be careful out there. There's talk of unsavory bandits who prey upon travelers like yourself. Oh, but you should take this.
But see, he gives you your white sign soapstone.
It allows undead to call out for help to one another across the fissures between worlds. With luck, somebody will lend you a hand.
It's weird that he gives that to you.
Well,
Okay, so that will allow us to summon him for the boss fight if we want, and I very well might do it, because if you summon him for the boss fight and he survives, then he gives you his gear the next time you meet him. So, and I don't really think I need help on the boss, but again, it's more for like an NPC quest chain that I would do it. Oh, hey. All right, they opened it for me. Thanks, man. Are they supposed to do that? What the? Weird. Maybe I've never actually been in here. Yeah, I guess there's no other way to get in here. Large Titanite shard and a life ring. Life ring sucks, but I'll put it on. Just increases your max health a little bit. Huh. That's weird. I did not know that that was the case. I just came down here to light a torch, that's next to Pate. Gotta light all those torches. I saw someone earlier saying your torch game better be on point when you get to the gutter. Sure as shit it will be. Gotta get some of those flame butterflies, you know what I'm saying? Oh, they do if you hit the door. Okay. Don't you worry, Redler. I'll send you... I'll put the VODs on Discord as usual. As usual. These guys. I'm trying to bait them to hit the barrels. Did that not... What? Come on. Alright, fine. Just forget it. I'll go a different way and I'll kill you. It is tempting to go back to Majula real quick and level up. Just so that I can... Again, I really want to start using some sorceries. I min-maxed my way through the beginning of the game and I only died, what, 3 times? Not too bad. Haven't lost any souls. Specifically so I could eventually get to be able to use sorceries in this capacity. Okay, so these guys... I don't have anything ranged, so I guess we'll Witching Herb earn them. Okay, great. Alright, that's fine. See, like those combos, he did like the shield attack. You're like, okay, that's my window. But no, that was not the window. Then he just starts doing his Mondo combo. Just the way that the enemies, they act in this game, their behavior is just, it's counterintuitive. That's why people complain, and I think they were made implicitly to be that way, to kind of fuck you over. I think that's the whole point. Alright, there's 2 items that we're not going to use. Stop throwing that shit, dude. You're gonna blow us up. Go ahead. What? He didn't blow him up? So I'm failing to rely on my shield right now, and I think I have to be. Winged spear would be pretty good too. I'm gonna go back up there. I want to get that item that's stuck up there. Pate's counterpart has a cooler helmet. Well, I wouldn't call him his counterpart, but yeah. So how's everyone's weekend been? I spent pretty much all day today building a computer. Nice, okay. Cool, that's pretty decent. This next room kind of sucks. I'm happy with the amount of life gems I have, and that's just because I started as an adventurer, or an explorer, whatever it's called. Second boss is in the room to the right, but we can't open the door yet. You work most weekends? That sucks. The weekend is still young. I plan on streaming more of this tomorrow, by the way. Hopefully folks can be around. I'm going to start a lot earlier. Today I had to start late, so I know nobody from Europe was able to join us. But I got my computer set up, and I was like, I would like to test the equipment. I'd like to make sure everything works as I would expect it to, so. And it does. At least the stream hasn't crashed yet. It's coming through okay for y'all, I presume, so good stuff. Rarely commenting, but I'm glad you got a new PC. Thank you for your daily entertainment. Sure thing, Espada. Great to hear from you. Sometimes I have to remind myself that there's monumentally more people that watch and don't say anything, ever. And it's a nice reminder, especially if I'm down, you know, not having a good day, and I'm like, do I want to keep recording? And I think, like, there's so many people that watch every day. Fire arrows. That just never comment at all, but those people, like, I assume a lot of people have a bit of a routine where they, you know, they watch Jayborino. And that's great. I'm just gonna come up here so I can, you know, I gotta light the torch real quick. But yeah, I otherwise would never really hear from those people. So I have to remind myself that the vast majority of viewers are those folks that don't talk much, so. From Germany, watching me every day after a long day of work. Thank you so much for that. Happy to hear. So I'm happy I can be part of folks' routine. Give them a little bit of respite. Okay. So we come in here, there's nothing there. We are ready to face the first boss. I'm gonna clear out this room. Hello, sir. Okay, yep, that's fine. Sure, and then immediately attack again because you have garbage stamina mechanics. They also have a bit of a delay, so it's one of those. Oh, come on! It's one of those you just gotta learn. Uh-oh, we're at risk, boys. There's one more item up here I'd like to get, but it draws in a bunch of guys. We can witching earn them, maybe. Oh, hi! How's it going up there? Again, I'm doing this because if my longsword breaks, then I have to pay to repair it. But as long as I can get to a bonfire before it breaks, then I have to pay nothing, and it gets back to full durability. Halberd and a soul. Okay, so let's go rest at Cardinal Tower. We'll go to Majula, spend our souls. If we're lucky, we'll have just enough to be able to start casting some sorceries. But no promises. I actually found you because Husky StarCraft never uploaded a playthrough of Legacy of the Void, and you didn't have the money to buy it at the time. I gotta say, that's the thing a lot of people discount, is it's not cheap, like games, especially in different parts of the world. Like, purchasing powers are vastly different. It's expensive to buy games, so I completely understand people who pay, or who just watch for free. Watch someone, you know, they'd much rather be playing themselves, I'm sure, but, you know, it is what it is. 12, almost there. I think we've got crunchable souls that'll get us there. Still gotta see... Great Soul Arrow is also 14. I think we can use this now. Actually, Soul Arrow might only be 12. I'll check. Because it might be more worth my souls that I have that I'm gaining from this to just buy it from what's-her-name in order to use it. I'm gonna guess that it's only 12. Now you have so many custom campaigns to play. Hell yeah, that's the best thing. I mean, that's what got me started. I'm like, is there just more content that I can play by myself? That's how I found it all. Oh, it's only 10. Yeah, grab Soul Arrow. Cool. And we only have one attunement slot anyway. Oh, I don't have any attunement slots. Hang on, we gotta go back to what's-her-name so we can get some attunement slots. So we can attune Soul Arrow, and then we'll have some ranged options. It helps that Jay is super epic. Sure, classic. I just can't take you seriously. I'm just an old curmudgeon guy who, I don't have enough souls. All right, well, I take it back. You know what? I'm gonna go farm some souls. Like, I hate to do it, but I really want Soul Arrow as soon as possible. Nah, let's just go fight the boss. It's fine. We'll get it one way or another. But anyway, I'm an old curmudgeon. Sure, classic. One of my earliest interactions with you was me complaining about a meme, like a really common meme. I'm like, I don't understand this, and I think it's stupid. And I think you just thought it was hilarious at how incredulous I was. Okay, so we have to go down here. Should I summon Pate for the boss? I don't need him, but I think it would be nice to have him. Just because then we can get his gear, even though I won't use it, but, you know, completionism. Whatever. Jay, if you weren't hyper epic, I wouldn't be active for your streams. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Okay, so we have to go down the elevator. You really appreciate my Outpost 2 LP? Hell yeah, Outpost 2's the best. It'd be funny if around some corner in Dark Souls there would be a Reaver. There are enemies that are probably similar. There's a lot of shit in this game that'll just obliterate. That's why I don't like Reavers. It's just out of nowhere. They just obliterate you. Also, because the CPU has like, what a god! Look at the parry. The madman. I didn't want to have to kill that man. I wish I could bring him along as my ally. Did you see that epic parry that he did? Okay, let's use an effigy. That puts us back to be able to be at full health, and we can summon in Mr. Pate. Again, we don't need him. I'm not going to use summons on every boss. Nearly every boss. But in this case, we get something out of it that we don't need, but whatever, we'll get it. Okay, here's the boss. Pretty easy guy. Stay near his feet. I will say, having an NPC sometimes can make boss fights harder because they function differently. Like, they target, like, their attacks may work. Like, standing by this guy's feet, I would expect him to stomp. But because we got another guy in here, he's gonna perform different attacks than what I would expect, like there. So like I stay near his feet because I want him to do the stomp, but instead he's gonna do different stuff because Pate is on him. Thank you, agility stat. Okay, Pate, take him out of that corner, please. Stomp. So yeah, get in, take a few hits, get back in there, take a few hits, wait for him to stomp. He tears his own arm off so he can swing at you with it. He's pissed, you know, I can't really get down on him. Pate might die, which would nullify the whole point of us doing this, but you know, it is what it is. I'll give him that. He got me. See, I'm kind of hating the lock on here. Just kill him, please. Thank you. All right, Pate survives. That means we'll get his gear later. I honestly think that this would have been easier without him because, again, so much of it is just like when you're alone and you have certain positioning, you know what attacks to expect. When you have a summon, it kites the boss in certain ways that causes them to do certain attacks that you don't expect. Anyway, first boss down. We got a little Sellsword Luet. Nah, we didn't need you, buddy. That's a Scholar of the First Sin summon.